Hey guys, it's Marla at Twinstrology, and this is the Twin Flame Energy Report for the new moon in Leo that's happening on August 2nd, 2016. And just a little confirmation from our angels that they're with us and guiding us is this new moon is occurring at 4:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit my website at eclipseastro.com. Please follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology and also my other Facebook page, Eclipse Astrology and Tarot. Twinstrology is geared specifically for twin flames, where my other page is geared more about general astrology and information, although I do post channelings and things over there. And I would love it if you would subscribe to me at my other YouTube channel, which is Eclipse Astrology and Tarot, where I do weekly energy reports. So great energy coming in, I think, at the Leo new moon. What I got overall was that it's a great time for twins. There's great energy coming in that's going to move twins along. I'm not saying that twins are all going to come into union on August 2nd, but again, the energy is getting stronger and stronger. It's also a very fated time is happening right now. But it's not going to be without challenges as well. So it's a time where we really need to stay strong and heart-centered. So what I've done today with this reading is I've drawn the cards and I've got messages from the cards, and then yesterday I was looking at the astrology and I channeled quite a few messages through the planets. And so I've kind of interspersed those channelings with the messages that I'm getting from the cards to paint an overall picture for you. So the first card is the overall energy for twin flames at the Leo new moon, and it's the 10 of Cups. So this is a really great card to have for the overall energy. It's a really beautiful card with such a feeling of joy and elatedness about it. And, look at the card and you think, why are they so happy? They're not living in a castle. They just have a little house. And yeah, it seems like complete elation, like I already mentioned. And it's because they are love and they're sharing love together. When we're love, everything looks positive. There's joy all around us. When we're in the vibration of love, the negativity around us almost stops to exist. If you want the love of your twin, then you need to share your love with the world right now. Don't wait till you get in union with your twin. Bring the vibration of unconditional love out right now. Bring it into your daily life. Be like the children on this card. Leo is the sign that rules children and play, creativity. So be like the children, be innocent, carefree, do what makes you feel joyful, and find gratitude for the little things that you have in your life. And this is really going to bring you far in the coming energies. The next card is the Prince of Swords, and that card is representing the positive way that the Ten of Cups can play out for us. So the message here is it's time for us to take up the fight. Time for us to stop sitting around discussing twin flame ideologies and just get on with it. Start doing it. And no, you don't need to be reunited with your twin to start living life from your heart. There are challenges ahead and you need to be prepared. It's really important that you are standing in your strength and being powerful at this time. Be bold. This card is also showing that changes are coming and things are going to start becoming a lot more active, a lot more fast-paced. Mars is finally out of Scorpio on the day of the new moon, and Mars is now beginning to pick up speed. So forward we go. It's also coming into eclipse season. So the next full moon is going to be an eclipse, and then that eclipse will be in Aquarius. And then we'll have a solar eclipse in Virgo and a lunar eclipse in Pisces in September. And you know that eclipses are the agent for change. And so right now I'm going to share what I got from the astrology chart yesterday. And this is from the aspect between Vesta with asteroid Alma, which represents our soul. Everything that you seek is already within you, yet many are refusing to see this right now. Your inner emotions are keeping you stuck from seeing any of the beauty around you. You are refusing to open your heart, and this is what is going to be your biggest challenge. You have a cause, and you must fight for it. That's why we are here. This is the good fight. We have to open our hearts and fight this battle with unconditional love. You have the upper hand and you have the strength. Don't let fear topple you right now. This energy is needed to ground the twin flame energies here on Earth. It's also a time where you need to speak out. Don't let people take advantage of you now either. That can be a difficult message for light workers who long to avoid confrontation. But if confrontation brings itself to you, you need to stand up and be strong. Stand in your truth. Be authentic. It's really you fighting against your own fears. And Vesta's all about devotion. And she's asking us now to be devoted to the cause. The cause of unconditional love and the planetary ascension. The ascension of the planet has to come first before the reunion of twin flames. That's the more important mission, and that's what needs to be focused on right now. The next card is how these energies can play out in a negative way, and that card's the Princess of Wands. Now, the Princess of Wands is normally a very positive card that represents an awakening of one's passion and drive. But because Spirit is saying this is how the Ten of Cups can negatively play out, it's saying that you can be lacking inspiration at this time if you're not focused. It could be that you or your twin is acting out and you're kind of getting thrown through a loop because of that energy. It could be making you feel very annoyed or frazzled. You're feeling rejected. And so instead of finding inspiration and taking up the cause, too many of you are sitting around pouting rather than finding something constructive to do. We really need to back away from that energy. The best way to take your focus off what your twin is doing is start to focus on your own positive contributions to the cause. So usually that's some kind of mission. It depends where you are. You could be, if you're already in mission, you might be expanding what you're doing. Or you might just be starting your mission. Or you might just start thinking about mission. Or maybe you're taking classes or something that is a stepping stone to what you envision yourself doing in mission. Now, of course, there's multiple layers of mission. For example, one of the things we're here to do is be in unconditional love. That's a big part of our mission. But I'm speaking here of focusing on what you can do to find inspiration so that you can focus this inspiration on yourself and the bigger picture rather than focusing on, what your twin's doing, who he's seeing, or who she's seeing, what he or she said to you, if he or she blocked you. And when you're sharing your knowledge and contribution with others, that's building your self-confidence and it's helping you step into your power. And it's going to help you ultimately stay in that vibration of love. So the next card I want to talk about is the Karma card. This is the karma that we're dealing with at this Leo new moon, and it's medicine man or woman. So in this reading, this is actually good karma that we're dealing with. This card is showing that you've had at least one past life as a healer, and it's telling you that you still carry this energy inside of you, and it's time to bring some of this energy back up. Please take a few moments to send healing energy to each other and to the planet. And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. All you have to do is, take a few minutes to be quiet and set your intention to send love and healing. That's all it requires. If you're going to do a new moon ceremony of some kind, which I recommend, you might want to take a few minutes to send healing then. And a new moon ceremony is another thing that doesn't have to be elaborate. All it involves is writing down a few positive statements of what you want to manifest during this period from the new moon to the full moon. And then start taking some steps during the next 2 weeks to manifest those desires. So one of the aspects that I want to talk about that I feel fits a little bit with this is that the asteroid Karma is opposing asteroid Destin. Again, Karma here is positive. One of the ways I interpret karma is just that it's a fated time. So when we have fate and destined together, we know that the energy that we're going through right now was planned eons ago. Know that we're all being guided right now. And, there's challenges, but there's nothing to fear. I'm feeling like a lot of the challenges are going to be there to kind of help you, to kind of show you how powerful you are, and to give you something to achieve as you overcome them. I also feel like this asteroid combination is bringing kind of a balance to the spiritual and material worlds. And it's helping clear away a lot of old karma so that we can focus on this new beginning that's being offered to us at this time of the new moon. I'm just going to read the Sabian for the new moon right now while I'm thinking of it. I wanted to read it before when I was talking about the first card, but I forgot. And the Sabian is children on a swing in the safety of a huge oak tree. So the Sabian is telling us that we're safe. Think of this tree as being the divine spirit protecting us and guiding us, keeping us safe. And it also talks about children at play, which is why I was going to mention it with the first card, because it's again reiterating to us that we really want to be playful during these next 2 weeks. Work with our inner child. Bring some healing to our inner child. And again, it doesn't take much. Just do something that brings you joy. It's an important message at this time. Now, the goddess that's overseeing this Leo new moon is Mother Mary. And her message is expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Her message is faith is the light that illuminates your pathway. Without faith, the future looks very frightening. That's why it's essential for you to take whatever steps are necessary to keep your mind and heart filled with faith. Please don't give up hope on yourself or other people. Keep the candle of faith burning within your soul, as that one small inkling of hope can eradicate the darkness of despair. Be the light that eliminates someone else's gloomy hopelessness as well. For as you make others stronger, it strengthens not only yourself, but the entire world. Let go of worrisome thoughts. Keep your thoughts positive. Notice and follow any divine guidance you may receive. Pray, engage in spiritual healing. So you can see how this card is fitting in very well with the other cards. That you can have a miracle if you focus on the positive right now. And again, Mother Mary deals with children. So that's another sign to bring that childlike innocence in and that sense of play. It's a time where worry is not necessary. Okay, think about what I just read about karma. Everything that's happening was already planned. So just go with the flow. If you're worried, ask for signs that you're being guided. And you can ask whatever deity you're comfortable with, your angels, your guides, Jesus, Mother Mary, whatever you're comfortable with. And also the card talks about spiritual healing, which goes with the medicine man or woman card, and sending healing energy. And know that this is a process of you going through spiritual healing as well. So let's talk about Twin One's energy for the new moon. Your overall energy is the Five of Pentacles. That's this card up here. So Twin One is feeling left out in the cold, all alone, abandoned. You can see on the card the woman is very worried. And the worry that she's feeling is stopping her from seeing the solution. It's kind of difficult to see, but there's a castle here on the card. She could go to the castle, but she's kind of being blinded right now by her emotions and her feelings. So the message here is you're never really alone. Okay, first of all, your twin is always with you in spirit. The same way God is always with you in spirit. At the last Capricorn full moon, we had the Orphan card, has the karma we were dealing with. And that card's message was that your true mother and father are God, Goddess. And so you can never truly be alone. You can never truly be abandoned because they are always with you. The truth is, it's a time where you're lacking in faith. You're focused too much on the negative, and it's blocking you from your spiritual connection. Where if you turned into your spiritual connection, you would recognize that you're really not alone. But again, some of you are kind of in this loop where you're feeling stuck. So it's a time where you need to go within right now, really, and get back in touch with spirit, because that is the real focus. This is what you really need to focus on right now, is your own spiritual journey. Trusting that your twin will catch up to you at some point. But you have to keep going. The astrological aspect that I want to talk about here is that Saturn and asteroid union are going to be trining the new moon. So this, I feel, is bringing a karmic balancing between the soul and the ego. And this is kind of what's going on in this card. It's her ego is blocking her from the truth of her soul. And I'm saying she because it's a she on the card. But this is just twin one, so it could be a man or a woman. When we act from our ego, we're just acting out of fear. Your ego serves a purpose, so you want to treat your ego with kindness, but then you want to let it go. You have to let go of the past hurts because these are blocking you from your heart. Again, Leo is the sign that rules heart. But what I'm feeling is that too many are still focused on the past hurts and they can't focus on the future right now or focus in the moment even. Okay? Ask yourself if your ego is keeping you stuck. And is it keeping you stuck from your life's purpose? Your twin flame is not lost. It's only a time of energetic shifts that are best done in solitude. And egos will be fighting back right now, which is another reason to want to be in solitude. You know, we don't want to cling too tightly. It's okay to let your twin go for a while. Because when you have faith, when you're into your spiritual self, then you see the truth of your soul, which is you're never separated. So the way that this energy could be playing out, we have the Six of Staves here. And there's kind of two options for you to take with this card. So some of you are choosing the negative route of this card, which is you're looking for a hero to come and rescue you, and you're upset because your twin is not doing that. But the truth is that your twin can't rescue you. Only you can rescue you. And if you're waiting to do anything to move forward with your life until they come around, that's going to keep you stuck. Some of you, I feel, want the reward, but you're not willing to take any risk. You just want to wait until everything is brought to you. So the second way, if we take the positive way forth with this card, you're going to find out that you are your own hero, that you are what you've been waiting for all along. You're going to get yourself together. You're going to start seeing that you have value and you have things to contribute outside of just being in this relationship. And you're going to start shining your light to others. You're going to start being of service. I've already talked about starting to do your mission and how all the different ways that that could be playing out in your life. Put some energy towards doing things that are going to make you feel good and find your power. We have to shift away from any type of victim mentality right now. Goddess energy is really strong at this full moon. We have Juno conjunct Lilith, making a trine with Pallas and Vesta, who are all in the water signs. We have Ceres also aspecting from Taurus, and we have Venus will soon be moving into aspect 2 when she goes into Virgo. And again, this is not geared towards either the masculine or feminine twin, because both carry feminine energies. But the goddess power is there right now if you choose to harness it and help you help you stand in your truth at this time and see your own power and beauty. And when that happens, you're going to see that you are an unstoppable force for good in the world. And you're going to be victorious. You come through any challenge thrown at you. Now for twin number 2, the overall energy that they're dealing with is power. So you can see we have similar energies or kind of polarity energies, I guess, between twin 1 and twin 2. Because twin 1 is feeling powerless, where twin 2 is getting to the place where they feel powerful. Power is a number 4 card, so twin number 2 is helping to build the foundation right now. So twin number 2 is learning to take responsibility for their actions. And this is going to be coming through also from Uranus retrograde, which he went retrograde on July 29th, and he'll stay in retrograde motion until December 29th. And this is going to be like a universal rebalancing. And it's going to ask everyone to take responsibility for their life, knowing that whatever situation is occurring in your life right now, it's what you have created through the law of attraction. And so Uranus will help you make the changes to shift your mental energies to create the reality that you want if you're not currently living that reality. One of the ways you need to do that is to take responsibility for your actions. Recognize that your thoughts and beliefs create your reality. This is a time for twin number 2 to begin to take a more active role in things. And they're building up the needed power in order for them to start taking action. They need to come into their strength and their power before they're really ready to move forward. And this is building. Now, how this is playing out for them is they have the 8 of coins. So we know that twin number 2, you're out there honing your skills right now. You can see on the card there's a blacksmith, and he's working a piece of metal. And when if you've ever watched a blacksmith, okay, they heat something up and then they pound it, let it cool. Heat it up, pound it, let it cool. Heat it up, pound it, let it cool. It's not something that just happens. It's a process that they have to go through with a lot of different steps. It's the same thing with your soul. You have to keep working at it. You have to, it's like you go through a dark night of the soul, and then you raise your vibration a bit, and then you get pulled back down a bit. You have to release some old energy, and then you go a bit higher. It's a process. That's how we raise our vibration. And this is part of the process where they're going through so they can start waking up. You can see that the man on the card is he's very focused and driven. In fact, he's got his back he's looking outward. Same thing with twin number 1. They're looking outward too. This is telling me that it's a time where each twin is focused on themselves or needs to focus on themselves. Twin number 2, you're kind of off in your own little world right now. You really can only focus on yourself. I know a lot of twin number 2s have had to move away from twin number 1. And that's part of the reason why twin number 1 is feeling so abandoned. But you know what? It's okay. And twin number 1, it's okay that they're not interacting with you at this time. Because you can see that why they're not interacting with you is because they're so consumed with their own growth at this time. Twin number 2 really has their work cut out for them because they're going to go through a process of rapid awakening. And it really is going to take a lot of effort. So twin number 1, allow twin number 2 to focus on themselves. And you, twin number 1, really need to focus on yourself at this time right now too. It's really just each twin needs to be in their own little world right now. Another aspect that's going on is Jupiter is going to be conjunct Excalibur and opposing Chiron at this time. So the message I got from Jupiter is that this is a time for you to take charge of your life and your mission. It's a time for you to, be thinking about service. I've already been talking about this a few times in the reading. But the energy that's coming through Jupiter right now is very supportive. And Jupiter is empowering you as far as your mission goes. Watch for ideas and people to come your way that can help you on your path in some way. Again, start taking steps towards whatever your goal is. And, I would say to you guys, everyone's journey is different. Everyone's at a different stage. If you are still in this stage where you are too focused on what your twin's doing, and whenever they do something, that energy kind of throws you off balance, then what you should be focusing on as part of your mission is simply coming into balance and being able to stay in the vibration of unconditional love. And that's all the service that you need to do right now. Now, there's other people that are able to hold the vibration of love for most of the time. Of course, everyone gets triggered at some time because no one's at a fully enlightened stage. But if you can hold that vibration of love more and more, then you're the ones that need to be thinking about how you can serve. Okay, and this is going for both as well, because remember, twin 2, they're working on the skills that they need as well. So for most of them, what it is they're working on is just embracing their soul and opening their heart and being able to come into balance. And also with Jupiter opposing Chiron, that's been going on for a while. That's bringing in healing energy. I'm going to talk about Neptune now too. I think I already mentioned that Neptune is wanting us to go with the flow. Neptune is forming an in conjunction to the new moon. And Neptune is having us remember our faith right now, faith in the universe. Neptune's also squaring Saturn. So that dream that we've been talking about is manifesting, but it's very important to maintain your focus. Okay, this also goes back to what I've been saying all along with this reading, that you're not separate from your twin, that you need to release any thoughts of separation and embrace and trust in the changes that are ahead of you. Okay, what I just got is a lot of you, you've been focusing on this dream that we've been building through the Neptune-Saturn aspect that's been going on all year. And I'm feeling like what's going to happen is some events and things are going to start transpiring in your life. And it's not going to be what you expect. And it's going to make you fearful. It might even be that what's transpiring appears to be the total opposite of what you've been trying to build. But what I'm hearing is that it's actually going to be the gateway to that manifestation. And so when the changes come, don't question, just go with it. Just go with the flow. And I feel like that's a little bit of what's happening now between Twin 1 and Twin 2, because for many, Twin 2 is needing their time away, and this is scaring Twin 1, thinking, why are they pulling away from me? It feels like the end to Twin 1, but in reality, this is helping you get to that dream stage. It doesn't seem like it right now. It seems like the total opposite, but that's not the reality of the situation. So just go with the flow right now. That's why Neptune is saying to go with the flow and have faith, because things might come to you in ways different than you're expecting. Don't let your ego get involved. Everything's coming to fruition. But it's very important. I'm going to say this again. I don't know. Maybe I've said this 100 times already, but stay in the vibration of unconditional love. All right, so, I know what I wanted to tell you. I wanted to read you the Sabian for Neptune, which is an examination of initiates and the sanctuary of an occult brotherhood. So this Sabian is telling us that there are challenges because we're being tested. This is our initiation. And if we pass this initiation, we're going to go to the next level. So it is a time where we need to kind of prove ourselves. And you absolutely have what it takes to get through any type of challenge that comes your way. And remember what I said earlier, that a lot of these challenges are kind of there to help you find your own strength and power and just start seeing yourself in that way. Because the only way that you can come to that realization is by overcoming things, right? I mean, I could say that you're this beautiful, powerful being of light that can achieve anything, but you're not going to believe me until you actually start seeing it happen. And you can only achieve that through the actual overcoming. And I feel that also kind of goes with the Eight of Coins and how I was talking about, how the blacksmith goes through the process of heating and cooling. That's the same thing. It's overcoming the challenges is making you stronger and more aware and more awakened all the time. All right, so let's talk about the Ascended Master messages. Twin number one's message is flow of prosperity from Lakshmi. This card indicates that your prayers about finances have been heard and answered. Tap into your manifestation power by focusing on abundance instead of worrying about money. You have nothing to fear. A new flow of prosperity is supporting you and your loved ones. Stop worrying about money. Worry only attracts money problems. Everything's going to be okay, especially with respect to finances. You have the support to make a desired life change right now. Visualize and affirm prosperity. All right, well, I'm not even going to go into that card because I've talked about it enough already, I think. I think I've beat it into your heads by now what the situation is. Now for twin number two, your Ascended Master message is crystals from Epona. And this card has come up several times. So all I can tell you is that it's very important right now for you to be working with crystals, to be going out in nature and working with the environment. So let me just read. This card comes to you as a sign that you'd benefit from working with crystals. Epona, the fairy queen, knows the value of connecting with the spirit of nature. You can find or purchase crystals at a metaphysical bookstore, spa, or gem show. Hold each crystal to know whether it feels right to you. Carry or wear the crystals throughout the day for healing, protection, and increasing intuition. You can also add the crystals to your bath water or place them in your bedroom nightstand or beneath your bed to connect on an even deeper level with these remarkable gems. Crystal children are involved in the answer to your question. Your life purpose involves working with crystals. You have a connection to the elemental realm, such as fairies and crystals. Since Epona is a patroness of horses, this card may signify a message about a horse or from a horse. I'm going to share a funny story with you. So I drew these cards and I said to my spirit guides, okay guys, I've had this crystals card for twin number two a few times. Can you give me another message for twin number two? Then I drew a second card. And the card that came up was Green Man. And Green Man's message was almost entirely the same as Epona's. And it had to do with connecting with nature, connecting through the environment, working with crystals, and connecting to the fairy realm. So I was like, okay, guys, whatever you say, I'm just going to stick with the Epona card. So we have to trust the messages that we're getting. There must be a reason for them. So twin number two, please go out, get yourself some crystals, throw them in your pocket, and go outside for a walk. The angel messages for us. The first one is for twin number one. Go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. You drew this card as encouragement for the situation you're asking about. The angels reassure you of a positive outcome, provided you continue to pour love and guided action into the situation. Don't hesitate. Now is the right time. You are on the right path. The idea that you have is divinely inspired. The angels foresee a successful outcome. All right, again, guys, I don't really know how much I have to talk about this card because it's basically just reaffirming the message that I've been saying all the way through. Stay in your heart, stay positive, everything's fine, you're on the right path. You know, the thing is, it's like a lot of you watch my message, you watch other people's messages, and you hear it, but you're not really absorbing it. So you're hearing me say all these things, that everything's fine, you have to stay in your heart. But then are you putting that into practice, or are you just going back to your old ways? I'm saying this because the message is coming through me so strong of how important this is. And I really want you all to be successful. So maybe listen to the message more than once. Or, save it somewhere, and when those negative feelings or fears are taking over you, listen to it again. Or find some other way to continually remind you that everything's okay right now. So the message for twin number 2 is steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. You drew this card as reassurance that you're making steady progress. You sometimes harshly compare yourselves to others and feel that you should be further ahead on your path by now. Yet look at how far you've come, how many lessons you've learned, and how many people you've helped. Focus on your progress instead of expecting perfection from yourself. Each day, take at least one small action step concerning a project that you're passionate about. You're on the right path, even if it feels that you're moving slowly. Praise the light instead of cursing the darkness. Appreciate yourself. So again, a beautiful message that just reiterates what we've been talking about this whole time. Twin number 2, you're doing a great job. As far as letting go of what you need to and focusing on how you're going to move forward. Please know that you are making progress, even though at times it may not seem like it. And remember the message that I just spoke about Neptune and Saturn, and how things might come to you in ways that you are not expecting them to, or how things might look one way when in truth they're not how they seem. Things aren't always as they seem, and you're farther along than you might suspect. And again, don't judge yourself. It could be that some of twin number 2s maybe feel like they're not as advanced spiritually as twin number 1. And of course, they shouldn't feel that way. All right, I'm going to talk about the last card, which is contemplation. This card in the regular tarot is known as the Hermit. And this card goes right along with Mother Mary. So the Hermit card, or contemplation here, is a sign that spiritual enlightenment is occurring, and this is the combined energy. So this is occurring for Twin 1 and Twin 2. Now, Twin 1, you may feel like you've been on the spiritual path longer, but like I said before, there's no one on this planet that I know of that's fully reached enlightenment and, are now at the ascended master level in the 3D. So we're all in the process of learning. You can see the mountain happening through the little window. This is showing that we're on a quest for higher consciousness. It's a time where each twin needs to focus on themselves and go inward and do some soul searching. This is going to help you take charge of your own situation and your own vibration. Spending time alone is going to help you keep your vibration up. It's just something that's needed for this part of the quest. Like I mentioned before, if your twin is asking you for a break, just let them have it. Just know that that's part of the process. And then the Hermit takes this inner wisdom that he's gained and he holds it as a beacon for others. So the message is that you are needed right now to shine your light and to shine your love. Shining this light is going to help bring your twin back home. And they're also saying, see your light and then see your light glowing and blending with other people's lights. And see all of our lights flooding into Gaia and lighting up the planet. This is really why you're here, to bring the light of truth. Remember last time at the Capricorn full moon, how I talked about coming out, being your authentic self, that twins are starting to come out of the closet, start being way showers, start spreading their truth, shining the light wherever darkness is. I feel like this is all relating here to this Hermit card. And again, everyone's at a different stage. So some of you are out there shining your light, and some of you are still on the inward contemplation stage and learning your own light. Sometimes we can't see our own light unless we're in the darkness. So for some of you, it's going to mean like that inner journey going down into the depths of your soul, the underworld. But when you come back, you'll be ready to go out and shine that light and join everyone else. We're all here. No one is more important than the other or more necessary. Each of our lights are important. And I'm going to bring this reading full circle, and I'm going to end it with how I started it, which is everything you seek is already inside of you. All right, guys, that's my message. Hope it resonated with you. Keep your vibration high. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.